What's going on, guys? It's Jack Wardell here, back with another video. I'm sorry, I've been missing for 2 weeks. Life's just got busy, business, classes have started back up for my MBA program, a lot of other stuff that we don't need to go into today. But the topic of today, after taking a little bit of a break from my motivational stuff, I actually want to talk to you about a question that I think we undersell ourselves, and that is, can we control our emotions? So if that sounds good, stick around. So when we talk about emotions, for me, I am a firm advocate that we can control our emotions to an extent. And the reason I believe that is because when we first feel something, I think it can be quite innate. I think that when something happens to us, it's almost a response, that immediate emotion that we kind of attribute to that situation. And certainly a couple of things have happened to me in the past couple of weeks that have definitely made me feel instinctually, a certain emotion. But I do believe that we can control our emotions. And the reason I believe that is because although we may attribute that emotion to a particular situation at the time, I believe that over time, we then have the choice on whether to hold that emotion in association with that person or that situation, or whether actually we let that go, or even convert that emotion into something else and something more positive. And part of the reason I believe that some people become sad and often depressed is because they keep hold of that emotion. And sometimes that emotion can be very detrimental to the life that they're trying to lead, and ultimately I think a lot of us are trying to lead a happier life, but sometimes we hold on to those emotions and those situations, and that can really help prevent us from reaching happiness and fulfillment. So for me, I think the biggest message I want to tell you guys today is that more than likely you're holding on to something right now. You're holding on to a negative emotion, potentially towards someone or something. But I want to challenge you today, and I want to ask that you try and either change that emotion to be something more positive, or you just let go of that emotion altogether. And often those emotions are actually very energy consuming, particularly if they're negative. So for example, I talk to a lot of people about holding vendettas or grudges towards others, and it's very, very draining, and I don't believe that you need to do that. I think that you can eventually cut ties, and that's why I believe that we can ultimately control our emotions, because if we couldn't, we would retain that same emotion throughout our whole life. But often we move on, and for some people it takes a bit longer than others. But I really do believe that we're in control of our emotions, and if you actually step back and look at it retrospectively, we actually decide how we feel, as much as we try and put the blame on that person or that situation. Oh, they made us feel this way. Well, that's not always true. Maybe at the start, like I said, but after a while, we choose consciously to hang on to that situation, that particular emotion that's associated with that situation, and we don't need to. So that really is it for today, in the sense that I believe that we can control our emotions. I believe that we can change the way that we attribute a certain emotion to a certain situation. If you want to hold a grudge, hold a grudge. If you want to be sad at a particular person, then be sad at that particular person. But no one forces you to do that. No one chooses to make you feel that way. You choose to feel that way. Maybe at the start it's innate, it's reflex. But as we move forward, actually it's on you. So I want you to try and challenge yourself to actually change that negative emotion and maybe get rid of that emotion altogether. And I believe that that can really help relieve stress, but also lead to a more happier life, which ultimately is the reason I'm here, to try and encourage you to lead a more happy and fulfilling life. So that's really it. I promised it was going to be quick. For any of you that are interested in the business, it's going really well, thanks. And we've got some new stuff coming out. We've got baseball caps on their way. That's in the shop right now, so look forward to that. If you are interested, I'll put all the links and stuff in the description. Thank you for staying around, and I will do something a little bit more comprehensive next week when I am somehow a little bit less busy than I am now. So thank you. This is shot on my new lens, by the way. I'm really happy with it, and yeah, stay safe. Done.